Hi, I'm Eric Peterson. I'm a relationship coach from skillofattraction.com. And today's attraction tips video is fear of losing her ruins attraction. Now, we've all been in a situation where we really like the girl and maybe she starts pulling away a little bit, isn't calling and texting as much. Maybe you're not spending as much time together. Maybe even sex is slowing down or has become non-existent. And we start to think that we're losing her. This fear of losing her is actually pushing her away because it's a sign to her of weak and insecure behavior. And this is a major turnoff for women. They're actually repulsed by this behavior. You have to understand that women are attracted to strength in a man the way men are attracted to beauty in a woman. Now, if let's say that you were about to get in bed with an obese, unshaven woman. I mean, maybe some guys are into that, I don't know, but I would think most guys would be like, ugh. Well, that's how women feel about weak, insecure, needy men. When men get scared of losing the girl, they start to do and say things that project this fear. You see, women are really good at reading between the lines. They're very intuitive. So once a woman begins to sense this weakness in her man, his value begins to plummet in her eyes. Now, if you begin to believe that she's better than you, eventually she's going to have no choice but to believe you. Not even the most confident man likes the thought of losing the woman he loves. But you have to get yourself to a place in your head where you're fine whether she stays or goes. Now, of course, it's going to be sad for anybody if a woman walks away from them. But you have to be confident with yourself that you will have no problem meeting another woman. I mean, once you see the value in yourself, you will eventually have that attitude of, hey, it's her loss. If she doesn't see the value in me, the next girl will. Now, you have to understand what you fear, you attract. Now, this is classic law of attraction stuff. And law of attraction basically says what your thoughts are focused on, you're going to attract into your life. If you're constantly worried about your girl leaving you, eventually she's going to agree with you and do just that. Now, when I was a teenager, throughout most of my teenage years, I dated this girl on and off from young teenager, like around 13, all the way till even after I graduated from high school. And she was a beautiful girl. And unfortunately, she came from a very troubled childhood, very troubled background. And by the time she was 16, this girl had her own apartment and was living on her own. Now, I'm sure you can imagine a beautiful 16-year-old girl with her own apartment. She had tons of parties, and she had no problem getting attention from men of all ages, really. And this girl was always cheating on me. And it caused this insecurity in me that lasted for a long time, probably throughout most of my 20s, where most of the women that I was involved with, I always suspected they were cheating on me too. And when I would start questioning them and acting suspicious all the time, it was really turning them off because I was, so insecure and weak about the whole thing. And these girls that I suspected this of weren't cheating on me. But after I went down that road, guess what? They ended up cheating on me. This fear of losing her comes from having limited options with women and not having any belief in your own value and your self-worth. A lot of guys that don't have a lot of experience with women or with lots of women, we tend to have, I think David D'Angelo calls them accidental girlfriends. And they only come around once in a great while. So once you get one of these girls and you feel her pulling away, a lot of men tend to latch onto them and because they don't want to let them go because they're afraid that another girl isn't going to come along. They can't do any better, so to speak. So you need to start believing in yourself, in your own value and your own worth. I mean, if you think about it, if you were good enough to attract her in the first place, there's no doubt that when she first met you, she was very attracted to you. Now, if she's pulling away a little bit or whatever she's doing to make you feel like you may be losing her, the only reason she's lost that kind of attraction for you is because you've been presenting yourself with the wrong attitude. Now, you have to understand that women are more attracted to a man's behavior and personality than his physical appearance. So how to get past this is you need to change your mindset. Now, we've all have dated one of those girls where we're just kind of about. I mean, yeah, she's fun and you kind of like her and she's fun to have sex with, but you really don't see much of a future with her. Now, you can't screw up with these girls because you really just don't care enough to do anything about it. And what this is doing, it's communicating a strong message to her that you're a man of value and you're not going to compromise for her. This is an attitude women just can't resist. Because on a biological level, what this says to her is that you have good, strong genes to produce strong offspring. So what you need to do is replicate that same attitude that you have with the girls that you don't care about with the girls that you do care about. So you can't be afraid to speak your mind. A lot of guys are afraid to say and do certain things because they're afraid they're going to cause their girlfriend discomfort, which in turn will cause these women to leave them. And that's really not true at all. Women really want to feel all the emotions across the spectrum. I mean, it's part of the reason why she's attracted to you. There's actually been studies that have done, and I will post the link in the description below, but there's actually been studies that have been done that prove that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. So if you're playing it safe and nice, your girl will likely get bored and eventually go looking for a man that could light that emotional fire in her heart. This means someone that isn't afraid to speak his mind and will ignite those emotions, whether they be positive or negative. So you don't want to play it too nice, because as I just mentioned, it's been scientifically proven that it will kill her attraction for you and lower your value in her eyes. And that's it for this attraction tips video. If you have any questions or if you have any ideas for upcoming attraction tips video, I would love to get an email from you. So just head over to my website at skillofattraction.com. Click on the contact tab and it's pretty self-explanatory from there. Now, I do get plenty of emails and I don't have time to answer them all. So if you have a question that you need help with, I offer emergency one-on-one email coaching. And if that's the case, head over to my website at skillofattraction.com and click on the coaching tab and you will see some options there that you could choose from. So until the next time.